What's up, guys? We're gonna BroBeatzTV here. We're gonna be taking a look at an OG plugin in FL Studio. Of course, it's gonna be a stock plugin, and that plugin is going to be Harmor. Now, this plugin is difficult to use, especially if you're like wanting to make more modern or like rap or pop type of music, because a lot of the sound design is geared more towards like a electronic type of sound design, which is why a lot of these plugins fall off, because if the sounds or the presets just aren't good to use right out the box, people don't want to use them. But a lot of these plugins are, well, all of them are just synthesizers, no different than Serum, Omnisphere. The only difference is the packs in them, right? So there are some good sounds in here, which I picked out. There's only a few, so we're gonna go ahead and see what we can make with this. Let's go ahead and hop into using Harmor. Looking for a deeper learning experience? Check out our courses over at Producer Portal. And if you're new to producing, the Ultimate Beginner course is perfect for getting you up to speed with the rest of us. Now, let's jump back into the video. Now we're gonna go ahead and make our melody. So I picked out a few sounds here we can kind of use. So you're really gonna want to put less is more into place with this. So what we're gonna do is make our melody, and then of course add effects. So when you're struggling with the sound design, right? So if the sounds aren't hitting the way you want them to, you can still use them, but you'll do more on the processing side, right? So when you see like people purchase packs, the reason they purchase packs is so they don't have to add as many effects and stuff like that, right? So it's just about workflow in the end. So here's Rachel. This is the first sound we'll use, and we'll layer some of these sounds as well. So I just wanted this to be very easy. So let's start here, and we'll just do our little like fifths, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we can just, well, if you wanted to, you can copy this up, or you could like take a note from the scale that we're in, right? But we'll just cheat and do another fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, 6, 7. Oh, I think I did that right. Did I? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then yeah, from here we just create a simple melody, and then just copy it over 3 times. 1, 2, 3, boom. And then what you would do is just add a little bass line at the bottom. Right, start simple, keep it simple. You don't need to add a lot. And then really you could throw like a halftime on this. You could add like some chorus, and this will be perfectly fine to like start a beat. So I'm gonna use this. I found this sound. I thought this was really cool, this 𝗖𝗢𝗨𝗥𝗦𝗘 or whatever, but this sounded pretty cool. So we can layer this. We might need to change some things depending on. I think I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Now, the reason I like this sound is because it has a lot of weird stuff going on. So when we manipulate it, you know, if you want to halftime it, reverse it, all these like weird little sounds in there will sound cool. And then to make it sound like we did more with the melody. So that's why I like using sounds like this. You want your sounds to do work for you. And then for lastly, this wobbling sound for the bass. Right, and this is just so we have a bass line. So let's just add our bass line. And this is pretty easy, right? Like we all know how to do this. And we can use like that E. And then we'll just copy this over. Use our fifth. Pull that down, and then you can go down a few. It might be too low. Even though I like that, I feel like it's too low for what we're trying to do. But yeah, let's just play and listen to the whole thing. All right, so we have our melody, and of course it sounds super dry right now. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead and add some effects to make this sound a lot more official. Now we're gonna go ahead and go over some of the effects. So I just tried to make some slightly new, something different. So this is what I came up with. So basically we start with a convolver. Now this is just a reverb. I don't even know why I like using this. I just think it's just easy just to throw it on. So this is what it sounds like off everything. So, and then it's on. Okay, and I'll go through why I chose to add this on top. The reason why is just adding a tail onto the sounds, and that's going to come in handy when we add like our halftime and reverse, just so it, I don't know, just sound a lot cooler. And then on top, I just like using the chorus, and this is pretty just bare bones. It's just I literally opened it up and just left it as is. Okay, and this is all prep for manipulating it time wise. And then of course we clean it up with this little EQ. I'll make it a lot larger. Okay, and yeah, so you just take out the lows. I just sweep it until it sounds good to me. Right, and then same thing over here. And that's pretty much all I did, right? These are very simple things. And then we have our momentary preset. So this is a reverse and halftime. Okay, so it's the reverse effect. And then yeah, and of course when you use gross beat, it'll be off beat because of just how the plugin works. So if you want to use like a different plugin to get a more accurate or like on time effect, you can do that, but I just want to use stock stuff. So the only thing that I did here different was, if you see right here, trig sync, I put this on 1 beat. So that is one thing that I did different, so then other than the default. And that's what that sounds like. So I added another one on top, and this is to give it rhythm and bounce. Okay, so I just copied it over. Obviously you can see all I did was to add a 1/2 gate or BT gate. That's just the name of it. So here's what it looks like. I might like zoom in or whatever. And this one is on 1/4 beats, so it's just the default, all the settings down here. But yeah, this is what it sounds like now. So now this sounds like a more modern melody you use. And then if you want to, you can go further and you can add your instruments in, etc. But let's go ahead and start with our low end, and then we'll do our drums. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw in our 808s. Now I have multiple 808s because I like using 2 808s or so these days. So just one of these are just gonna act as like a backup just in case, because I don't want to spend time like looking through the sounds and stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and do our 808. So we're gonna start with this one. And of course we just copy our bass line here, right? Very simple. And I'm going to Shift D, turn it up, of course, and we just add some little stuff in there. And then also I have this set on here. Basically I have the envelope like this. Okay, so it's just, you turn the hold all the way up and then everything else down. And I have a slight delay for the kick, right? So you have this delay to slide it. I just have that there for the kick. And then we're just gonna copy this to our kick. Alt K, put that there, we'll be fine. And then we can start working on these 808s here. Now these are like more modern sounds, like more like, I would say like the more modern sound is very like, it's kind of like digital is the best way I can explain it, where it's very like crunchy, like super trap kind of. So I would say it's like more of a modern type of sound, but if you don't want that, you can use more softer 808, right? But I kind of like the digital, like more crunchy stuff these days. So I'm gonna use this. And yeah, we just same thing, just kind of, I like playing them off of one another. So one 808 will look like this. Let's change the color, and then one 808 will kind of play in. So I kind of like go back and forth, just like call and response, but with your 808. slide. So it's going to be D to D6. Okay. And then also having these cut like this will allow you to kind of mix them in too. So I wonder if I could. Ooh, okay, I like that way better. All right, I like that little delay on it. So I guess we can just copy it here and just change some of the notes maybe. Just bring this down right here. Well, let's do something like this. I don't know, actually, I kind of like the hit though. Okay, it's a healthy mix. So I'm gonna use that. And then we're gonna go down, where is it, to A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it A or A sharp? It's A sharp. And then over here, we just move these down over here. And let's listen, make sure it's sounding cool. Okay, I like that. So then we have the softer 808. If you want a more modern sound, so if you don't want it to sound too digital, I just threw this one in too, just because, like, you know, some people have different preferences, but yeah, it's more softer. Right, kind of the like older kind of sound. So yeah, that's the low end. Let's go ahead and finish this up and do the drums. Now we're gonna finish things up and do the drums. So I forgot to mention, if any of the drums I'm using you want, the link will be in the description for you. This is the Purgatory drum kit. It's a newer one. It's right here, you can just see it, but yeah, I forgot to mention it in the beginning. But for this, I don't like to ruin the end for myself, so like the finished, you know, beat. So I usually like to turn off the stuff and then just kind of turn it down a bit, just so we can focus on the drums, and then we bring everything back in towards the end. So yeah, and I kind of just like playing around with these a little bit. And I'm gonna turn these up a bit like that. Okay, and then I'm going simple on the drums for this because I don't really want the drums to stand out that much, so that's why I kind of have more like perks than like actual like snares and stuff. And this is also like a more modern thing too, where it's like the drums aren't really drums, it's kind of just like perks. I think we can maybe like stop it here, and then like when that 808 pops in, it should sound pretty nice. I am going to edit this a bit just so it's not perfect. And yeah, let's throw in an 808 real quick. Probably gotta put this on like 64. Boom. They're could be some cleaning up with the 808, like around here, like right here. I think we could probably clean it up. Maybe we could do something like this. Let me see. Okay, I think that's cleaner. So yeah, I think that's good enough. I still kind of want to bring back in some of that punch, but I think we'll just leave it as is. I'm gonna be honest, I think even without the effects, it sounds fine, but of course we're just gonna use what we, put everything back. So I'll just play it through, turn some drums on, some drums off. So yeah, here we go. And yeah, and then of course, where's the EQO? And I'll just do this, boom. And then you can kind of reshape everything. And then for the EQO, I'll just put it like 12-ish. And then yeah, everything's kind of should mix in well, but with this, we'll just turn some of the highs up. And then I'm going to mix it just a little bit. Wait. All right, just a slight little control, but yeah, it's gonna be for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.